Welcome everybody. We should be live now. Just 1 second to verify that. And yeah, what's up beautiful people right here, and welcome to Peace Dealer channel. So for those who are newcomers, this is going to be a weekly forecast, but it's going to be something different from what you'll get used to see. I mean, this is going to be a numerology weekly forecast with some accents of tarot. Hello D. Now, what I found out in the previous week, as you probably most of you know if you were here in the previous week, is that the video get way too long and it's way confusing, and probably you guys know that this was completely impromptu. There were no preparation whatsoever. So I decided to try something out. I mean, the main topic will be the same. We'll go through the numbers, but instead of drawing tarot cards for every single day as we go through the day, I will go through the numbers first, and afterwards when we are done with the week according to the numbers, then I will draw a tarot card for every star sign, how they are going to cope with the week. I hope this is going to satisfy you guys. Your comments, either good, bad, or different, they are always welcome. I do accept suggestions as well, what you want to see in these forecasts, guys, because you are all my audience and you're priceless to me, or rather precious, what I like to say. So a few more things before we start, as there were a little bit of a misunderstanding last week, because super chat is illegitimate in my country, and I am not able to see the super chat. However, there is a person from Mike's team which is monitoring the whole stream, and so they can see the super chat, guys, which means that the rules are applying also here. If you do have a question and you do and you wanted that question to be answered by the end of the stream by pulling a tarot card, all you have to do is ask it through the super chat, and I will make sure that everybody will get a card at the end who asked their questions through the super chat. So that being said, oh yeah, one last thing, guys. If you want me to be your personal reader, in a meaning that you want a personal reading from me, you can go to Mike's website, mysticilluminations.com, and you can find my profile there. Don't get upset by the picture. I'm looking terrible at that picture. The truth is, I am not photogenetic, which means that I kind of, you know, come up very ugly at pictures. I do need a professional photographer to make something out of my face there. But yeah, don't get scared by the picture, and you can find my profile there and you know, purchase a reading. So on my phone I have the dates already inserted, and yeah, 1 second, guys. Okay, so for Monday, this is going to be a rather peaceful day, Monday, according to the energies. Now, there is a slight chance that we can get a little bit more upset about this and that, and it's all about the insatiable hunger to show to the people that we really keep our word straight. So it's kind of like, you know, you give your word and you do everything on your power in order to keep up your word. And you know, screw it, we're gonna go as the previous week, so I'm going to draw as well a card. So let me shuffle now, and by that being said, guys, Monday will be a good day when we rather clinch better to our let's say logic than emotions, because there is a chance that we may, you know, overextend with our emotions and give a word which we cannot keep forward. But apart from that, nothing really major is going to happen, no tantrums, etc. Also, it will be a good day to reach a particular harmony with oneself. For example, meditation, spending time among nature. This will kind of nurture our emotional state. Now let me draw a card for the day. That will be the Ace of Wands, and I can now understand why we are gonna get a little bit more emotional than usual. It is because the day is going to offer us a new perspective or a new enterprise we can work on, and many of you guys or many of us may realize a certain talent they had until now, but they kind of kept it slumber beneath the toe, and now it's a time they need to kind of uncover and work for its full development. The day now, I can see the day is gonna be good to set your things in order. You know, if you don't have a strict plans, you can do a strict plans for the agendas you have that you're going to go through the week, but also leave a little bit of a room for juggling, because you never know what is going to happen. All I'm trying to say is that you need to align your plan in such way that you will feel pleasure to move along with it. And now going to the people range, or kind of like for those who are unfamiliar, numerology doesn't care about your star sign, it doesn't care about your ascendant sign. All that it cares is how old are you. And there are 4 frames of age. Now the first frame in this particular day is in the age till 27. Now 27, those which are in between 1 and 27 years old, they need to pay attention when people dispute their beliefs. So for example, 1 second guys. For example, let's say that you have a certain perspective, and you know how generally you need to react on a particular situation. Well, people will try to get onto your nerves by disputing what you already know to be true. They are going to dispute your opinion, your vision, etc. So don't fall to these cheap, sneaky tricks. Ace of Swords here is telling you always to align and scale what you know to be true against what tries to present itself as facts while it is a fiction. Now, people which are in between 27 and 36 years old, they need to kind of address the issue with their finances. So it's kind of like you may find it could play a different role. I mean, there could be a financial income or there could be a financial spend, and this is going to, you know, make you a little bit emotional about the situation. Guys, try to keep it cool, because 7 of Pentacles, it is showing that the situation haven't fully developed yet, and it could change anytime soon. So even if you're feeling depraved from a certain financial obligations here, don't draw the line, but keep up a little bit of a hope for that, because at the next day the things could get even better. It is just, don't get emotional about your finances. People in between 36 and 45 years old, it's going to be into their family, or in general, there will be kind of like their emotions will be tested, in a sense that something will happen out of the ordinary, or something unpredictable is going to happen in their life, most likely into family or relationship environment, guys. And that may throw you a little bit off. For example, you would do everything to keep up your partner next to you, right? You can even promise something that you know that it will be extremely hard to keep. Do yourself a favor, guys. Don't do that thing. If people if people want to be with you, they will be, regardless of what you are having to offer. And the card here is 4 of Pentacles. It doesn't matter about you know, it doesn't matter about the dispute, it doesn't matter about the challenge, it matters how you're feeling comfortable into all that situation. It's all about clinging to your already existing convictions, guys, here. So don't allow people to play with your emotions. And those which are above 45 years old, that emotional distortion is going to come from their friendship circle. So they have to be careful there, because people may ask you for favors, people may ask you for, you know, to borrow things from you, and they may exploit your kindness. So you need to be kind of like learn to say no time to time. And you have the 5 of Cups, guys. for you, and yeah, you will find it a hard time to say no, and even you will feel guilty. So the people that are wanting something from you and trying to exploit your emotional state, they're going to make you feel guilty for that you are not answering their calls, and that's really stupid in my opinion. I mean, why you should feel guilty for something you simply cannot provide? So this is, well, what about you old? Well, that is about 45 years old and above and beyond. So it's kind of like, you know, until the rest of the other people. So if you're 65 years old, you also fall into that range. And this is basically for Monday, guys. So on Monday, what you need to really keep up in your mind is don't allow people to exploit your emotional state, because this is your weakness. This is our weakness. And by any means, we shouldn't feel guilty of not being able to lay a hand, because we cannot be everywhere. Shuffling now for Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday, one second. No, Wednesday. Damn it. Come on. Got that stupid advertisement on the calculator. So Tuesday, it will be a day for making assessments. It will be a day, yeah, just say no, Tiki. It will be a day for drawing the line and take accountability for what we have on our plate and what we can work with, guys. Because it is very likely that we are going to find, or kind of like we are going to take a note that what we have on our plate on Tuesday, actually we can achieve great things with it. And the card for that is Two of Swords. So whatever you are planning to do in Tuesday, you need to know that there is even a better way than the one you are planning. So give it a second thought, guys. It will worth your while. And oh, okay, it's mostly financial. So yeah, people which are till 35 years old, they need to start thinking about how they are going to utilize their money. So if you're thinking spending or investing money, you need to know that there is a much better way of doing so. If you are planning to spend money, you need to know that there is a better thing you can spend your money on. It's all about drawing the line, guys, and seeing all the opportunities. And your card here is the Six of Cups. And the card says that before you decide how you can utilize and capitalize on your finances, best thing will be to pay attention to the minor details. It's all about the minor details, guys. Also, the card speaks that you need to look to live for the present rather than to look back into the past. People which are in between 35 and 44 years old, they will have to draw the line on their emotions and how they demand things. If I have to be precise, maybe they're way too aggressive, or maybe they're way too soft, maybe they're way too trustworthy, you know. So they need to take accountability for that kind of field into their life and really discover themselves, because it's all about emotional state for you guys. And it's not about exploitation as we saw in Monday, but it's more about how bad or how good you feel when you attend to your emotions. And the card for you is the Lover's card, and it's perfect card for that occasion, because the Lover's card, for those who don't know, in the original tarot deck, it is called the choice. It is about choosing in between what we need to do and what we want to do. So in that case, to me, the choice is simple. You can do what you want to do and get away with it, as long as you give a second thought into it and find the correct measures. People which are in between 44 and 53 years old, they will also need to attend to their finances, draw the line and see if there is no leaks into their cash pouch, or if there is a way that they can kind of like put addendum into their cash pouch as well. It will be a good thing for them that we have. Yeah, it's definitely a leak for you guys. We have the 10 of swords, and it is a now a final day, or kind of like a final occasion where you can basically stop wasting your money upon something. You can say just enough is enough. It could be that your children always need your money and doesn't put a hard work, you know, taking care for themselves because they know that mama or papa always going to be behind their back. It could be that your friends always asks you for money and you can simply don't ignore them and always feel pity for them. There is no room for commiserations here, guys. I mean, your money are your money and you need to do it. In case you need to cut off the leak, in case it's about addendums here, then the card speaks that you need to take a certain risk. It does look like it is a uncalculated risk. However, if you give a second thought about it, you're about to see that actually you don't have much to lose from all that. And people which are 53 and beyond, well, they will kind of realize that their social circle is not what they thought it is. So they can put a little bit of a boundaries in between them and other people, or they can also kind of decide not to take a participation into certain activities into their social circle because they find it silly, they find it stupid, they find it as a wasting energy. And the card for them is the Fool, and definitely we do have a new social circle coming in, or definitely a new friend coming in, guys, further into the future. But for now, what you need to kind of like do is not be afraid from loneliness if you have only one friend. If this is not I mean, if you do have one friend, if this friend isn't sincere, if this friend isn't always there for you, there is not really a point to have that kind of a friend, because friends are recognized when you truly need them, not when they need you. Okay, so we wrapped it up for Tuesday, and going to Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday will be a good day. Let me just shuffle the cards while I'm talking. So Wednesday for you guys, let's say that you are gonna find a very good deals for yourself. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you like a coat. You want to buy yourself a coat, a really nice dress, but it's very, very expensive. And at Wednesday, it will be a good if you start checking the stores, the online stores as well, etc. Etc. You can you can definitely find a good deal for yourself. Now, what is typical for these kind of energies for a Wednesday is that you can actually buy yourself something that you really wanted to buy, and on top of that also face your expenses. So whatever you buy on Wednesday is not going to have a big reflection upon your finances, either because you're going to increase your finances later on this month, or either because you're going to find a different way to spread your finances. It could be that kind of an energy. Now, so as people were asking for star signs, I am going to do that. I'm going to give them star signs. So after we are done, guys, with the daily, with the days, I'm going to pull additional one tarot card per each star sign. So you make sure you stay in tune. So going now for the wow. Yeah, that's definitely a day for change. You can definitely change something in your environment. For example, you can buy a new furniture for yourself, or you can buy a new ring, or you can buy a new console game, etc. It will just have no or a little relevance for how you're gonna face your expenses. So people which are in between 1 and 34 years old, they are going to find themselves very thrilled about what deal they are going to find in Wednesday. It's kind of like they will think that this is the deal of the century. It's kind of like that they they will feel really blessed about that, and all but happy emotions will be within them. I mean, a great sensual pleasure. It's awaiting for you guys, which are in between 1 and 34 years old. It's kind of like you really hit the jackpot in Wednesday for what you have found. The card for you, definitely Judgment, guys. It's going to be a brand new look. Now, the Judgment is about combining differences, and it is what I'm talking about here. You know, combining how you're going to face your finances with spending a little bit more, just so you can start feeling comfortable, you know, and you're going to find the correct the correct way, excuse me, in order to do so. So congratulations, people. It's going to be really a good and a positive thing. Maybe it's the new dress, maybe it's the new hairstylist, or maybe it's the you know, is the new trinket you want to buy for yourself. Now, people which are in between 34 and 43 years old, the purchase or the addition into their life is going to be quite significant. Actually, it's going to be much more practical than these which are in between 1 and 34 years old. It's not going to be just a peripheral thing for them, but they can really will make a great use from it. They can really will be able to capitalize and take off a dividends from it afterwards. So it's, in other words, it's going to pay off going into the future. And the card for them is the Star card, which is definitely a very good deal stroke, most likely coming up into your career, guys. Or if you do have a private business, then it does look like that the investment you put into Wednesday, that was for Wednesday, right? 1 second. Yeah, the investment you put into Wednesday for your business is gonna pay off big time. These which are in between 43, 43 and 52 years old, same thing goes along. Their addition, their purchase, their you know, their property which they are going to obtain during Wednesday also gonna serve them big time, so they will be able to capitalize and utilize it toward a greater end. So it's not going to be something meaningful and peripheral, and for them it's justice. And justice says that you actually wanted that thing for a quite a long time. It was in your to-go list, to buy list, if you want to say it that way. It's just it didn't have the priority at this very moment. Well, guys, at Wednesday you need to find its priority there, because simply the card says that you deserve it. It could be your new car, it could be your new home in case you have the finances, but you are worrying if you are going to kind of like, you know, burst all of your savings in there, etc., etc. You do deserve it. And last but not least, we're having people in between, people 52 years old and beyond. And their new addition is going to be coming from their friendship circle. Someone is going to surprise you out there, guys. Someone pleasantly surprise you with a gift, with a flower, or with simply a kind words, which are going to strengthen the bond in between you and a friend of yours. The Sun card shows that there is someone which will really take care for your happiness, because your happiness is their happiness as well, and your happiness matters above everything else. Now, next day is Thursday. No, Thursday will be rather okay. Thursday now will be rather difficult day to go through. It is because we will not be able to tame our emotions, and we risk outbursts. We risk annihilation of other people. For example, you know, your partner, if you are in relationship, for example, your partner could, I don't know, dispute you about something, and you backlash so hard that the poor guy or the poor girl didn't saw where it come from. And this is the difficulty in Thursday, guys, that you need to or kind of everybody needs to remember their goal and realize that emotional approach can no, it's not every time beneficial, but rather sometimes it can break before construct. So these kind of energies here are reminding me to these people which first act and then ask questions. It's kind of like the Ma people, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so ask questions first in Thursday, and then do something accordingly. Now let me draw the card. It will be a death card, guys. So a major change is going to unlock this kind of emotional state. Okay, so something in your life is going away, and it is normal for us in global, to feel threatened, to feel insecure, to feel kind of like in limbo type, But life doesn't change, and I do like to describe this card as a sentence. I saw the sentence in one book, and it's Latin. I will not bore you with that, but the sentence literally translates: life is simply changing, it is not taken away. So yeah, I mean, if you accept the change as a opportunity, it will be much more easier than if you accept the change as a loss. Okay, so people which are in between 1 to 33 years old, this this emotional outrage, or kind of like this emotional insecurity, will be caused because you are going to find out that there is a big obstruction in your plans of initiating a certain things, most likely into your career, guys. So, and that will come from a high place here with the King of Swords, from your boss, from your supervisor. Basically, let's say that way you share with them idea, you are really thrilled, you are really excited with that particular idea you want to implant into your work, and they say, no, 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 we don't do these things, and that could really, really emotionally distort you. So make sure you shut up and don't express your emotions, because you may find yourself fired at the end of the day. People which are in between 33 and 42 years old, just a lack of activity, it is what is going to cause that particular emotional insecurity here. The Queen of Pentacles is what we have as a card, and the Queen of Pentacles speaks that instead of feeling insecure and feeling like with a lack of progress, guys, maybe you want to kind of take a closer look toward the opportunities which you have but you haven't taken advantage of yet. Okay, it is because you have way too much things on your plate, and that's why you don't have any progress right now, because first you need to capitalize on the opportunities you already have in there. So boredom is one thing that you will have. Lack of progress, seemingly lack of progress, will be one thing you will have, but you can really overcome that, guys, by capitalizing everything that you have left unfinished until that day. For the people in between 42 and 51 years old, unfortunately, that comes from your social circle, from your friends and people you know. They may insult you, they may give you mental cruelty, they may abuse your behavior, in a sense that they may take advantage of your kindness, of your behavior, and that could really make you struggle, make you think, why do I deserve that? How did I deserve that? The card for you is the Three of Swords. That will be definitely a mental cruelty or an insult, guys. So don't take it way too deeply. It is basically who is mindless enough, if I may say it that way, to give you bad words for the kindness you did. It's basically has no place into your social circle. Same thing goes for the people which are above 51 years old. It also are going to come from their social circle, but this here is this here is a gossip, or someone will make you worry on a rumor. Okay, it's not 100% proven what the information they're going to give you, but you will still start worrying about it. Okay, and it's kind of a worry in vain. So for you guys which are 51 years old or above, it's with less impact. It's something that will distort you for a moment, but will not have a long-term consequences as these which are in between 42 and 51 years old. And I think we wrapped it up for Thursday. Now let's go to Friday. Sages, yeah, the age frame changes depending on what number the day has. For every day is different, and that's why people asking for timestamps, it's literally impossible to put the timestamps on the video, because it needs to have like a 40 timestamps on it. So and it's going to confuse you anyway. So yeah, the age frame changes every day. One day it could be from 1 to 33 years old. The other day it could be from 1 to 27 years old. It's just how numerology works, mate. Pisces triple, yeah, that involves a lot of calculations, but yeah, it can be done. So it's all sages. It's all about how the algorithm works. I don't like it particularly, but it is what it is. You know, the same way how the planets every day changes among the houses. You know, same things happens with the numbers. Okay, so Friday, that will be a day where we are going to see a window of opportunity, big opportunity. As a matter of fact, most of us may think that this is a one-time opportunity, or in another word said, everything we have ever wanted. Okay, so it will be important not to rush it. That's the only condition here. That's the only condition here, so we don't bereft ourselves from at least having a glimpse from the benefits that particular opportunity can give us. What we can do in Friday is to adopt the mindset that this thing should not, or kind of like it doesn't have to happen over a day. That's the first thing we need to start thinking about. Second thing is about a preparation. So this particular opportunity will not be able to be capitalized on if not one is prepared for it. So jumping on and prepared is going to lead you to a state of failure, if I may say it that way. Of course, you may decide not to take on that opportunity, and this is going to give you different opportunity, guys, to even consolidate even more your personal things, either into your career or into your relationship. We're about to see that, where this is going to lie for every single one of us in just a moment. But in general, it is a very good day, guys, to set the things in order into our lives. And let me pull a card for that. Yeah, it's definitely an opportunity here with the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, the cards and the numbers are completely in tune with one another. It's the card only tells me in addition that is going to happen suddenly, out of nowhere, unexpected, and it's once in a lifetime. So make sure, guys, that you really take it. Now, for people which are in between 1 and 32 years old, they need to put a serious thought into the opportunity. As a matter of fact, the opportunity will be in a form of knowledge, a secret, if you want to say it that way, or a formula for success. Something like this, guys, is going to happen. It will be a new perception of things. It will be a new look, a new glance upon life. And for them, we have the Nine of Wands. They need to show a little bit more patience toward that particular new view they're gonna have, because it will take time just to shape in, okay, not the full picture, and especially the picture of obstacles along the way, because everything everything has its ups and downs. It is into me, it's not cost effective to think that one thing only has ups and doesn't have downs. Everything in life is serrated, you know. And that being said, people which are in between 1 and 32 years old, yeah, that's correct, they need to kind of like pay close attention to their beliefs, and as well to seek on knowledge. If you have no clue about how to move on forward, then seek a further counsel, and counsel will be given to you. Now, for the people which are in between 32 and 41 years old, this opportunity will come from a friend or a relative, and it will be the Magician card. It will be an opportunity of learning. So people someone may take you as an apprentice, someone may show you the way, or in general, guys, a person from your surrounding could just simply encourage you that you can do something and make you believe in yourself into a field or an expertise which you are not believing in yourself until now, until this Friday. People which are in between 41 and 50 years old, now this is where the change really happens, or the opportunity comes from nowhere. It's basically something you haven't seen it coming, but you will be quite relieved and very happy that you have it on your plate. Eight of Swords, it shows how big devotion just you're going to see as soon as it happens, guys. This will be the only thing you can think of, and the only thing you can work forward for. One thing about the Eight of Swords here, guys, however, it is that you should not try to explain yourself into people, because people will not really understand you. And thank you, Olivia. And for people which are 50 years old or beyond, also are gonna come from their social circle or their relatives here, most likely children. Okay, or it could be nephews as well. But these people, they will the children, nephews, etc., they are going to inspire you guys to start drink from life with full fistfuls, because your life is not nearly ended yet, and you still deserve to experience different things. For example, go out traveling, or start, going again back to pubs, etc. It is just you are about to find a new muse in your life from a relative of yours. And that wraps it up pretty much for Friday. One second, that stupid advertising came up again. Okay, so Saturday. Saturday, guys, will be a day, which will depend on how quick we act or react. Okay, so in case you are facing a certain opposition in Saturday, or you do really want things to happen in your way, you will have the chance to do so. Okay, but you need to time the exact moment and to give an appropriate actions in order to do it. So basically, being calculative, it's what will pay off on Saturday. So let me draw a card here. But in general, Saturday shows that if you need something fresh in your life, you can definitely achieve that, as long as you are not afraid to make an action upon it. So for you, we have temperance, guys, in Saturday. Or for Saturday, we have temperance. And that card shows that it will be highly beneficial, this kind of maneuvers you're going to do, because these maneuvers, I haven't expressed myself correctly. It is always hard for me to talk about this specific energy vibration here, but it's kind of like, give me a second. It's kind of like we can do whatever we want, okay? As long as we don't infiltrate in other people's social circles or in other people's private space, and as well we don't obstruct other people's or create obstacles in front of them. And this is exactly what the temperance card is showing up, that you need to, we, not you, but we, because this also applies for me, we need to find the correct approach. We need to find the exact measures. And above everything else, guys, we need to show that we do understand other people's aims and goals, and we don't put a minimum a minimum value, and don't put our goals above their goals as well. So it's kind of like you can spend the day quietly with forcing nothing at all, or you can do whatever you like as long as it doesn't interfere with other people's life. And here we are going to see the beneficials where you can actually do whatever you want. For the people in between 1 and 31 years old, that will be in your social circle, guys, so you can do whatever you want in your social circle, like spending time with one people over another, or simply flirt with someone in your social circle as well, as long as this someone is without any boyfriend or a girlfriend, you know. So it is basically that's that. So aim to spend the time in your social circle, you young guys, to just so you can experience the thrill of altering things. And for you, we have the 10 of Cups. So this card, for that particular reason, shows why you would want to do something different, even though you're feeling happy right now in your social circle. And that card shows the human nature. You know, people speak about that card is like you have reached your ultimate goal, you're extremely happy, etc. But that's to a certain point, because the human nature is different. Human nature always wants for more, no matter how much you want. Always, always, you, me, your cousin, your neighbor, your mom, or your dad always wants for more. And exactly this card, what is showing here, that you guys will crave for more, will stray for more, and it's kind of like reckoning your environment, so you can see that you will create less tantrum as possible as soon as you start changing things. Well, I am flattered now, Olivia. Thank you, but I will say a few words about the English and British people after I'm done with the stream. So people which are in between 31 and 40 years old, they're going to find out that there is no joy in their life the way they're leading it in this particular day. They're going to foresee that there is no surprises, there is nothing thrilling in there. I mean, they wake up in the morning and they know what they are going to do all day long in Saturday, in specifically I'm talking about, and that will make will create the sense in them to force something different, you know, to experience something extraordinary on their behalf, without asking for a permission from their loved one or from their children, for example, or from their relatives. And that is the Eight of Cups. And here with this card, we are showing you living your comfort zone, you living your premeditated emotions. For example, people think that just because they haven't tried it yet, they don't like it, or they wouldn't like it. So it's kind of like you guys, which are in between 31 and 40 years old, try something crazy at Saturday. It will pay off in a big way. People which are in between 40 and 49 years old, that will be a day of a big revelations. That will be a day of a sudden insight, guys. That will be a day that where you are going to realize that you are doing things way harder than things needs to be done, or you are making the things harder than the things needs to be made. Okay, and for you, we have the Two of Cups, and you will start opening more to people. You will start opening yourself more to your relatives, to the random people on the street, if you want to say it that way. You will have that urge to share, because you will realize that even though you may be surrounded by luxury, it just goes so far if you don't have anybody to share it with. So it's all about sharing, guys. It's all about facing the world open. And people which are in between 49 and above years old, it will be again for their social circle. So the older people here, our elders, they really will have to pay attention to their social circle, because the previous week they also had that affinity towards social circles. So into their social circle is where these people will start feeling that they need to change something, but that will be less change than the previous one we talked about. I already forgot about what day that one was, but this one is a little bit different. For example, the place where you're meeting with your friends, or the or the activities you're taking with your friends. It's not about swapping friends, it's about changing up routines. So for you, the card is the Emperor, and it is all about consolidating connections. It is all about, how can I really express it here? It is all about showing that you have interest in spending more quality time with the people you like and with the people which you accept as friends, rather than quantity time where you just do whatever, you are disinterested about that, and it's basically you are seeking every single opportunity to just walk away from it because you're not feeling interest in it. So we wrapped it up for Saturday, I believe, and Sunday. Oh, Sunday. Sunday will be a very positive day for single souls, guys. I can tell you right now that if you are single and you desperate, or kind of desperate is really a strong word, but you really need to be loved, or at least to have someone that can give you a little bit of flirting, a little bit of warm emotions. Well, Sunday is the day where you go out and start dating people, start meeting people. Seriously, I mean, if you have planned date for Sunday, it should go exceptionally, exceptionally well. Now, let me shuffle. And we can see with the cards about Sunday. Now, Sunday will be with the Four of Cups, and it's exactly what we talked about, because Four of Cups often expresses a chance we usually would miss, because we are kind of like clinged into a thing we cannot have. Needless to say, these kind of examples, guys, where you have a suitor but you want to be with one specific guy or a girl, and nothing can change your mind around. Well, make sure that you change your mind around, because this one here that comes from the cloud, it does look like something you don't want to miss. Now, one thing I forgot to mention in those which are already into an existing relationship about this kind of energy, it will be a good thing to socialize with your relationship, but with already known circle. of friends, guys. Inviting new people which you don't know into your relationship may threaten your relationship. It may dispute it. It may try to flirt with you. They may try to flirt with your girlfriend or a boyfriend. It's just try to spend the time, quality time with your with your love half into a kind of like known environment, if I may say it that way. And going for the the year range here, we have from 1 to 30 years old, guys. The things should go really, really well, especially for those which are in relationship. Things are going to kind of like forwards in place. Okay, if you are feeling a little bit chaotic about your relationship, if you are feeling like you're losing control over your relationship, then things will fall into their place and you will start feeling much more secure after Sunday. And the card for you is the Queen of Cups, and it is because you are going to experience unconditional support from your boyfriend or your girlfriend. And in case you are single, then it does look like that well, that could be interpreted in a very different way, especially with the number and the card. But 1 second, something just pulls my attention off. So if in case you are single, this card shows that you may find a very good match in your already existing environment, or in other words, guys, you don't have to look way too far in order to find someone that truly cares for you. People which are in between 30 and 39 years old, they have to be rather careful, because there will be unpredictable things which are going to happen into their relationship life. And that being said, 1 second to draw one card. Yeah, they will have to deal with insecurity here, guys. So the infiltration comes in your age frame, which are in between 30 and 39 years old. Now, this card doesn't mean breakup. It doesn't mean that someone is going to steal your partner or going to steal you away. It's all about how you feel about the situation. Insecure, it's kind of like being afraid to be left alone, kind of like wasted one's energies. You just try to live through that day, guys, and make your assumptions in the day after. Those which are single in that particular day, the only problem that they are going to face is that they will have a hard time laying eyes upon somebody. It's kind of like they will feel that, yeah, there are many options available, but none of these options really worth exploring. For those which are in between 39 and 48 years old, that is going to be a very passionate day for their relationship. There will be a lot of warm sparks jumping from one partner over another through devotion, and it will be kind of like all or nothing into one relationship. If you want to test your relationship, guys, Sunday will be the day where you can do so. And Sunday will be the day where your partner probably will tell that they love you, in case they haven't told you that until now. In case we have those which are single here, be careful, people, not to exploit your emotional state just to lay down with you for one night and then afterwards throw you away, guys. So in other words, test a little bit the subject before you actually jump into something serious with them. And we have the 5 of Wands here for you, and this card shows how how can I place it in words? What surprising turnaround for the better this particular day is gonna take for you into your relationship, and especially if this is about a family relationship here, guys. There could be a small dispute, and but this dispute will be this kind of disputes which are made up with sex rather than with sorry, so the energy which will be stored from the dispute here, when released, it will be an energy of passion rather than the energy of hatred. And people which are 48 years old or beyond, again the social circle, guys. And we have again your social circle. And yeah, well, it could be that, especially if you are single, someone from your social circle could approach you and share with you that they have more than a friendship emotions for you, and or they could show that, how can I place it? Well, that they could truly care for you. But again, someone from your social circle could be a little bit more warmer with your boyfriend or a girlfriend or with you, so be vigilant about that. And I think is going to be the first thing here with the Ace of Cups. It will be rather that you're about to find out that someone from your friends or relatives, or under relatives, I mean people you know, actually have more than just friendship for you. So we wrapped it up as well for Sunday with that. And let me shuffle now, and we're going to go for a one draw card for each star sign. That will be just an advice card, guys. It's not going to be a rather strict prediction. So let me shuffle. Did I skip younglings? 1 second. No, I haven't. 1 to 31 years old, King. It's about being things falling into place, as I said. Now I'm trying to recall what I said there, but it's kind of like things that are falling into place where you were feeling insecure. Now you are about to see that things are much better than you have much better than you have anticipated. Okay. 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry, Olivia. Okay, so for Aries, we have this strength card. Advice, guys, do whatever you think is right and never try to explain yourself to people which have no clue about the battle you are going through. For Tauruses, that will be the Tower card. You will be involved into situations, Tauruses, which you may start feeling depraved and how unfair everything is happening against you. And as soon as this particular time passes, you will be so damn grateful that actually these things happened, because you're about to realize that you haven't lost nothing, but actually you have relieved yourself from something that only holds you back. And in reality, only thing you did from these situations is to win. For Gemini, that will be the 9 of Wands. Patience is your virtue, guys. It is almost you are almost at the end of the line, or kind of like at the end of finalizing a very important project, but there is something unexpected that is coming along the way, and right now you need to be vigilant about that, or during this week you need to be vigilant about it. Cancers, we have the 10 of Pentacles for you. Needless to say that if you want a monetary success, this week is a week where you have a very good chance to achieve that. But on top of this, guys, it does look like that you're about to win some personal freedom, and as well there will be some sort of reconciliation either with a friend or with an ex-lover, who knows. So for the Queen of Pentacles, damn it, it's about Leo. And Leo have the Queen of Pentacles, and Leo, you should know this, guys, you don't always need to have all that you have your eyes upon. Maybe you have everything you need, or all that you need around you. It is just you kind of like don't want to look closer in your basket. So why don't you take that week for just, take a stockpile on what you truly have on your plate, so you can realize how damn rich you are in reality and how much thing you can utilize on. For Virgo, 3 of Cups, guys, and 3 of Cups says to you that you should not feel isolated, not at all. As a matter of fact, there are people which desperately need your attention, in a sense that they are finding you as a very good company. And on top of that, guys, if you allow yourself to have some team experience with people, not just you are about to expand and sprawl your vision, but on top of that, you will be able to release some energies which are making you feel bad inside you. So yeah, pick up your phone and start calling friends for coffee, for cup of tea, for just hanging out in the park, and start, guys, contributing for a common team experiences. Libras. For Libra, we have the Knight of Wands. And if this is a person, guys, then you need to deal with that hot-blooded and extremely active person, which seems to lose interest time to time, but in the same time, they very well know what they want. It's just they play the fool in the situation, so they kind of like deprave themselves from responsibilities, okay? In reality, that card says that this person is truly interested in you. However, they will not show it unless you don't show it first. Okay, so if this isn't the person that card shows it in this week, Libras, a helping hand is gonna come in your ways. For Scorpio, we have the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, excuse me. And I'm trying to figure out who that one is going to be for me, because this card is showing up a very well respected person which actually have a high authority, and he is usually a thinker or someone who uses words like I don't know, like a lawyer, psychotherapist, you know, a counselor as well. But if this isn't a person that you will need to use its service, that will be a time where you will realize the true careful analyzation, guys. Virtually your problem have a very, very simple solution. Sagittarius is Page of Pentacles. That will be, if this is a person, most likely a young lady, which seems I don't know the real word in English here, but it's kind of like she catch up very slowly, and it's kind of like dumb, you know. She seems dumb, but in reality, she pretends to be dumb. Okay, don't be misled. If this is your rival, she will play the fool in the situation, and while you are trying to, how can I place in words? While you're trying to see all the opportunity moving on forward, she will in the same time make a very surreptitious plan going behind your back. If this is not a person for you, Sagittarius, then you should stop jumping from one thing to another and really put a serious devotion into something in your life that deserves that particular devotion. For Capricorns, the Moon card shows that you may feel a little bit insecure during the week that it is coming. It is because you will not be able to predict everything coming in your way, or you will not be able to give a good explanation about the things which are happening to you or the people around you. A state of vagueness, okay? States of not knowing where one's go. One thing you need to know with this card, Virgos, is not giving a way too much thoughts about it, because this card is showing that the path you are walking, it's exactly the one you need to walk. It is just right now, it is not given to you to know the end goal, or kind of like the final destination here. Aquarius is Five of Swords. Be very careful, guys, where you're placing your trust at, because there are friends around you which would gladly take up your trust and throw it into the dumpster, taking advantage of you. So be very, very careful about that. And last but not least, we have Pisces, and we have a suitor on your behalf, guys. If this is a person, that will be someone who will flatter you. That will be someone who will say how much they love you. Someone, even if they have seen you only twice, for example, they will say how beautiful you are. They will say how special you are. Don't fall for that. It doesn't seem that they're interested, but they're not very consistent, okay? And all that they count on is how good they look outside. So make a little bit of not reconciliation, but reconnoitering around that person. If people which are confused about that word, it means to ask about. So yeah, make a little research involving reconnoitering about this person, and then make up on your mind. If this isn't the person, then this card shows that nothing will happen by a chance, excuse me, for you guys, Pisces, but only through a hard work. So roll up your sleeves and start working if you want and you feel that you do deserve success. So that was the numerology scope and tarot scope, guys, for the week that it is coming, 15th to 21st of January 2018. And I do believe that there is no super chat requests as far as I know. So if there are none, then this is going to be the end of the stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you liked it. And again, if you do have any recommendations how that stream needs to be, or kind of like the content of the stream, what the content of the stream should be, I am kind of like open for suggestions, because as I tell you, this is an impromptu one, haven't been practiced, and it took a little bit less than before. And again, guys, I really hope that this helps you in a certain way and you know what you can expect from the week that is coming. And that being said, I wish you best of luck, and we're going to see each other next time. Well, in case, because I haven't been notified yet about the super chat, but I should have been until now. 1 second to check it out. Because I don't want to make people, being feeling kind of like stripped of opportunity, guys. But in case I close up the stream right now and there were some super chats that are brought to my attention, I will make sure that people get their card. I will really do. So yeah, well, okay, I got an answer. Okay, so no super chat. Bye, guys, and we're going to see each other next time. Until then, you take care now.